What's up everybody? Dave Hartman from the 3-Gun Show here. I've got something cool to show you today. This is the IWI Masada. I want to talk to you about my relationship with IWI because this video is on YouTube and you're supposed to do that. So real quick, notice that there is an IWI banner behind me, and that is because IWI does support the 3-Gun Show. Now they support the 3-Gun Show in several aspects, and they have for over a year. Jeremy, who's the VP of Sales and Marketing over there, is a good friend of mine. In fact, I was talking to him on the phone about this sweet little IWI Masada, and he was telling me that, hey, there's this new pistol coming out. We want you to take a look at it, but you're not exactly tactical, and it's a polymer defensive pistol. And I laughed. I was like, dude, I'm tactical as hell. I'm more tactical than Chris Costa and Travis Haley put together, because you don't think of me as tactical. I'm like James Caan in The Way of the Gun, but younger and with slightly more hair. So anyway, after Jeremy finished laughing at me, we decided that we would have me evaluate this from a practical shooting standpoint, both USPSA carry optics, because it does have a place for a slide rad dot here, as well as for 3-gun. Let's get into my impressions. Okay, so this is how the Masada comes in this fancy box. Open it up, and you can tell this thing was just kind of banging around in there from transport. So maybe a little piece of foam for the top, small piece of foam. But you got the pistol and 2 magazines when you open her up here. You also have this little bag of parts, which is the plates for adding your own little red dot, and they're conveniently named. This one's for Delta Point, this one's for Romeo 01, this one's for an RMR, and also comes with one for the Venom, which is awesome because I actually had a Venom on hand. It does come with 2 back straps as well. I'll talk about those in just a minute, but the smaller back strap, larger back strap, and then the mid strap is what comes on the gun. So toss all this aside. IWI sent about 1,200 rounds with this, and I have just under 1,000 on it right as it sits right now. Most of that is in competition. They also sent this sweet holster from LAG Tactical. I believe they call it their Liberator. And it is a reversible holster, so you can actually carry it if you're left-handed or right-handed on the inside the waistband. It came with one of these sweet belt clips that LAG Tactical pouches come with. It's a really nice clip. But I took that off and I mounted it, since it was ambi, I mounted it to this Invictus Practical hanger and used it on the outside of my belt, just like a normal holster. It was a little bit flimsy. It isn't what I would normally want in a competition holster, but it's actually a really nice carry holster, and it's pretty cool. This is a pre-production prototype pistol, and it's actually made for the Masada. You can see right here. Now, one thing that I did have is these LEG Tactical mag pouches for the Glock, and you can see they're a little tight on the Glock magazine here, and that is because this is their double stack magazine pouch. It's like a universal thing, and it fit the IWI magazines just fine, which is awesome because I had a few of these on hand, and I wanted to do some competition with this pistol, and those fit perfect, so I didn't have to do anything. It came with a holster that worked just adequate, so it was good to go. So check that stuff out if you're into that. All right, so the pistol. The feel out of the box, it feels good in your hand. It feels really good. And it's definitely an attractive looking pistol too. I like the front slide serrations. I like to cock my pistol like this. I don't know, but if that's a tactical way to do it, but that's how I do it for competition. Just basically that whole deal. The grip it's cool looking. It's not that grippy. It's way more grippy than like a normal frame, but as opposed to like a nice stipple job, it's not that grippy. It is, I would think, like grippier than like a Glock, but it reminds me of all the polymer pistols that are out there right now. Specifically that this area where your thumb is at is really smooth. It's not textured at all. And for me, when I get a bad grip, I tend to try to adjust my grip like that and just kind of bring it up. And that doesn't really do a very good job on this pistol because there's nothing to grab onto. It's nice and smooth. So maybe down the line, I'll put some silicon carbide texture on there or something. But as right now, it's really smooth. Looks really nice, but the grip fit my hand really well. Generally, I have smaller hands. So like on the Glock Gen 4, I will remove all back straps and just go with the bare back strap. When you remove this, it's like completely blocky on the back. It's just the sleeve for the magazine, which is kind of funny. It looks really goofy when you take it off, but you do have to drive this pin out and then you can put those other back straps on. I did put the smaller one on and it was just too small to shoot. It was really unenjoyable to shoot in that way. So I put the mid one back on. I didn't try the big one, but for my hands, here's a 17 round magazine for reference. That fits me pretty well. So I like the font they use for Masada. I don't know, we're talking like details here. I think that's really cool. On the other side it does say Masada 9 ORP, IWI US, Middletown, Pennsylvania, IWI Israel. I forgot to mention this is a 9mm, but I don't really shoot anything else, so I just kind of assume all pistols are 9mm. This is pretty cool, and then it has the IWI in the grip. Again, feels good. Feels really good in the hand. You get a nice high grip on the pistol. Seems like it has like a little bit higher bore axis than some of the Glocks out there, but it's kind of on par with like the SIG P320 or other such pistols like that. Now, one thing a lot of people really noticed is that the trigger on this is pretty nice, and that's one thing that anyone who's picked up this this pistol has commented on, is that the trigger is really nice. In fact, we have a trigger gauge here, so let's go ahead and figure out what that trigger pull is. 5 pounds, 14 ounces. It's almost 6 pounds. That's way more than I would have thought. It's really smooth. Let's see if we can get her on the edge of the trigger here. There we go, 5 pounds, 2 ounces. Oh, that's way higher than I would have expected, because this does feel pretty damn good. Yep, 5 pounds, 4 ounces. All right, so that blows my mind. Anyone who's picked this up and dry fired it has commented on how nice the trigger is. It's way better than a lot of the stock Glocks, and it feels actually better than the Glock 34 that I normally shoot. So speaking of Glocks, let's go ahead and bust out the comparison pistols. Let's say that the grip is 17 size, clearly. But it's a little bit, the barrel's a little bit short. Actually, shit, this is a Glock 17, basically. Look at that. Yep, Glock 17 style pistol, size pistol here. Awesome. So when I got this thing, very first thing I did was put the dot on there, and I'll show you exactly how that goes on right now. So again, the first thing I did was take this to the range and put a bunch of rounds through it. It's really a lot of fun to shoot. The recoil spring was super stiff to begin with, and now it seems like it's loosening up quite a bit. Before, if I did this, it would just massively massacre my hands with the ejection port here. It's pretty good as it sits. I like the Picatinny rail, so it's good for night matches. You can throw a light on there. So that is my review of the IWI Masada pistol. So is this adequate for competition? Yes, it's entirely adequate for competition. If you can shoot carry optics on this at your club matches, 17 rounds, so it's right on par with a Glock. But it's like a whole bunch less. It's $480 MSRP, and that includes the cutouts for the red dots. These little Venoms are great little red dot, and they're inexpensive, so you can pick one of those up and shoot to your heart's content and have a good time. Now, I did enjoy shooting it with the iron sights. Again, it is sighted in for the dots, not the top of the sight, which is kind of an oddity, but that is standard apparently for Israeli style guns. So I did enjoy shooting this in competition. I'm not going to be giving up my STI DVC 3 gun anytime soon because I really think the 2011 platform is a far superior pistol when you get to a certain level. But if you're shooting club matches, or you're looking to get into shooting club matches, or looking to get into competition shooting sports anyway, this is a good pistol to start with. And throw yourself a little LAG tactical holster, and you'll be good to go. So there it is, the IWI Masada. Go check it out, pick one up. It's about 480 bucks MSRP, which means you'll probably get it under 400 retail as soon as the madness calms down for people picking them up. Check it out. I'm Dave Hartman. I'll see you on the range.